Sweet cat of mine. Wow, meow, meow. Good pets always feel so good. Do you ever have a once in a lifetime pet? One that you're going to cherish forever? If so, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. This is going to be about a once in a lifetime pet. Sadly, he passed away, but this is going to be the story of Duncan. Very precious pet to me, and just going to talk about his story, things we can learn from him, and what he meant to me. And so we'll start off with how I first met this wonderful cat. So it was back in like 2009. I had an awesome roommate who was going to let me get a cat. I really wanted a cat. I was looking online and I saw a bunch of pets, and there's this one cat that had like one eye. It was like he had a eye infection. I'm like, oh, I'll never get that cat or whatever. But I went anyway just to see the other cats. And I went with my brother, and we went, and we were not prepared at all to get this cat. And we went there. I didn't have anything, right? And we went in, and there's a picture of him kind of the first. We were in this area at the Humane Society. So, go to the Humane Society, help out the cats in need. And we went in there, we weren't gonna get a cat. We're just gonna look, right? And there's this area where the other cats, you could walk in and pet them. Now there was 3 cats. 2 of them were like hiding, super scared. Here comes Duncan, being super friendly, rubbing, he does this little flop thing, and like this is the best cat ever. Like, why is he still here? And I need him, and I need this cat. I wasn't prepared, but I knew he was, how friendly he was, and his flopping and just purring, and I'm like, whoa here, so I went and adopted him on the spot, and I wasn't ready at all. But the Humane Society, they were nice enough to give me a pet carrier, and they loaned me a pet carrier. And here's kind of the first pictures of Duncan when I first got him. I know the quality isn't the best. This is taken from like a Polaroid camera, but these are precious. These are the first precious pictures of him. But anyway, back to how I met him. We weren't ready at all, but they gave us a pet carrier, and we went to the pet store with my brother, and he was like crying all the way, and I made the joke, like, hey, for someone, he kept meowing. He does not like car rides. A lot of cats don't, right? Does your cat like car rides? Let me know in the comments, or your pet, or any type of pets. This is about pets, but yeah, I made a joke to my brother, like, hey, for someone who's just got out of death row, you're not very happy. And then I don't know if it was a kill place or not, but it's kind of a funny joke. So anyway, I said, if you didn't know for someone who didn't get out of death row, you're not very happy. And my brother's like, you don't understand the concept of death row. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. But anyway, I ended up getting a litter box, get food, got everything I needed. It was a little stressful at first, but we got everything we needed. And these are the first pictures. Very cute guy. Definitely think you make the right decision sometimes, and this is him. We'll talk about this as his food. He likes food. If you see, he's a big boy, and I kind of caught him in the act begging for food. I did kind of put him in a diet at first and kind of let him go, but yeah, he loved to eat, and he's a big boy, super friendly boy. But that's how I met Duncan. These are the first pictures. He really loved the brush. That is how I met him. He wasn't. I was not looking to. I was just gonna look. But sometimes when something comes at you and says, "Hey, I'm the best cat ever," and was he right? Was I right? I think so. I made the right call by just taking him, because I'm like, why isn't this cat here? But I'm just so glad that I just made that decision, even though I wasn't ready. I got ready, and it ended up, Duncan. He did pass away a while ago, but he's always going to be near and dear to my heart. And that is the story of how I met this wonderful pet. And then the next part will just be some cute cat pictures. I think we all like that, so stick around. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more cheesy goodness, good vibes. Now part 2 is going to be cat pictures, really cute cat pictures, and just kind of talking about what he meant to me. So this is Duncan and cat Kiki. Sadly passed away too, but really good pets. But you always like to get the sun, and it's just cool how he got along. He tortured Kiki at first, and it was almost to the point where I was living with my dad at the time, and it was almost to the point where we didn't think we were going to be able to have him, but because he couldn't get along and kept torturing Kiki, but he ended up being friends. So here's another. He liked to hide. Really cute picture. He likes to play peekaboo and likes to hide there. This is him on the tarp. So there's a story behind this. So there was my bed, it'd always get peed on by cat, and I always thought it was Duncan all the time. I had to buy a tarp. I had to wash my blankets like so much. It was like, and I went to the laundromat so many times because blankets always got peed on, and we always thought it was Duncan, and he never got caught in the act. The only one that ever got caught in the act was actually Kiki. I caught her once, so I think he might have been good the whole time. So, but yeah, there's a story behind that. And there's Duncan. This is kind of in his older years, if you can see, towards the end of his life. He's slimmed down, but I thought it was a really cool picture of him. Just likes to sunbathe, and cats like to do that. So, but again, thanks for bearing with me. And the best part's about to come in part 3. What we can learn from him. So just hang tight for the best part of knowledge you can use. So. And then here's a really nice picture. How can you not smile at that? My dad had this little barn, and the cats like to go in, and he's so cute. So here's a little cute close-up. Hey, what are you looking at? Quit taking my picture. So really cute cat, really friendly. One thing I didn't mention on my first video, on my first part, was that his eye thing, like. I saw him. I wish I had that picture. I didn't. But his eye was. I never thought I was going to get him. He had an eye infection, but it got cleared up by the time I was at the Humane Society. So here he is on top of the. This is on top of the kitchen drawer. See, another little hiding spot for him. So, cats like to hide. Do your cats have any fun hiding spots, or your pets in general? Let me know in the comments. I would like to hear about all your pet stories. There's a picture of me and Duncan. I used to jog around the yard at night, or sometimes I go on the road. I like to be safe. I might have a safety vest, but there's a very cute picture of myself holding dear Duncan. He's a big boy. I was really struggling to keep him up. No, I'm kidding, but he was a big boy. Here's a really cool picture of him in a little basket. Such a cute guy, so friendly. That's what I say, he's like once in a lifetime, just about how friendly he is and how cute he is, and he's just, he loved people, even strangers. If there's someone that he hasn't met before, he's gonna meet him right away. Here he is on top of the fridge. I think he's trying to get out of those suckers or that candy, but or maybe he wants the apple juice or something, but yeah, I like to hide in funny places, and top of the fridge was definitely one of them. And then here's this cat. This is with my precious other cat, Tom. He's my childhood cat, and that's precious to me. They didn't get along either, but they finally came around. The other cats didn't like Duncan at first, but they came around, and they ended up becoming friends. So Tom's another precious cat to me. He's my childhood cat. This is just a cool picture of 2 precious pets. And then so I guess I'll end with probably my favorite one. This is just him, sunbathing, but it's a really nice picture of him, just how handsome he was, and what a good soul he had. And yeah, just thank you for making it this far. The best part is going to be for last of the things we can learn from Duncan. I think, we can actually learn stuff from pets, and we can use what they do and actually apply it. So I'm looking forward to part 3. All right, so you made it this far. You made it to the best part. Thank you so much. So this is going to be the 3 things that you can learn from Duncan. Number 1 is going to be how to market yourself. So I went back to the story when I first met him. We went into the petting area, the area where you could pet the cats, and there was 3 cats. And this isn't the cats. I like this picture. This is 3 of my pets, but just using this to illustrate that there's 3 cats. 2 of them didn't do nothing, and one of them really stuck out and was super friendly. He's basically telling you that I'm the best cat ever. He marketed himself. He was friendly. He put himself out there. He wasn't afraid. The cats that just hid and were afraid, they didn't get picked. It was the one that, advertised like, hey, I'm super friendly. I like to flop. Maybe you should really pick me. And that worked. He ended up getting out and he ended up living a good life. So, we can do that too. Can't be afraid to hide. We got to show ourselves and, show how friendly we can be. And, that way, people will like you and you'll gain friendships. You're not going to gain any friends if you just hide. And I'm learning that a lot recently. But number 1, market. How to market yourself. Put yourself out there. That's what Duncan did. And he ended up getting a good home. So he didn't realize, he probably didn't realize it that he was doing that, but he was an excellent marketer and showed himself off really good, and it worked out for everybody. Number 2 that we can learn is just being a fellow companion, always being there for somebody. So that's me. I used to work night shift. I would sleep during the day, so I had a eye mask on, but there's Duncan. He's always there. He's protecting me, right? He's making sure nothing bad happens. He's always there. Always has your back, and you can be the same way. Always be there for somebody precious. Just letting them know that you love them, or you're thinking about them, or shooting a text saying hi. You can do that too. So Duncan was always there. He always loved people, and he was just super precious. He's always there and always had my back. When I came in the door, he was always there to greet me, and the welcoming committee. And so yeah, just lesson number 2 from Duncan is always be there. And then number 3, this is a sad one, but just watch your weight. Watch what you eat. And something I really need to learn from him too. So he was a big boy, and it ended up, I think he was like 12, I think, a little bit. And he still lived a wonderful, long life. You gotta watch what you eat, because it ended up biting him. He had some heart problems and stuff, and ended up maybe having a little bit less. But I'm so thankful for just to have him for a year, let alone I think I had him for like 8 or 9 years. It's just truly a treasure. I'll never forget, how cool of a cat he was, how awesome he was, how friendly he was, always there. There's one other story. I put number 4. I wasn't going to do this, but don't pick fights with that you can't win. So my brother had his roommate's dog he was close to, and we had the dog would come over, and Duncan's always friendly with the dogs and stuff, but he is very territorial, and the dog was in the living room. That's not cool with him. So he was like going up and he would pat at the dog, and the dog we didn't realize it, but he ended up biting. He did a little Mike Tyson, and Duncan got a Vander Holyfield. I don't have a picture of it, but his ear he kind of had a scar on his ear for the remainder of his life. So it's good to protect. I said always be there. I know he was probably trying to protect me, but sometimes when someone's bigger, you got to just understand that you got to pick your battles, right? And I think that was a fight that Duncan would have liked to have back. So but yeah, hey, if you made it this far, thank you so much. This is about pets. I want to hear your pet story. Do you have a precious pet? Do you have a unique story to share? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Again, if you like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. My goal is to spread positivity, good vibes, encourage people, talk about fun stuff. Pets are fun, I think. So thank you so much. Thank my roommate for letting me get the cat. Thank you for the Humane Society and my dad. And, I got to thank God first and foremost. And have a great day. And Thanks for watching. Stay cheesy. We'll see you at the next slice.